Right guys, I've got another 2-second improvement for you. Now, Jamie firstly suggested one, so I'm just going to quickly talk you through. So we have this paste. This is the paste we use for LEDs. Now, because a syringe, gun or whatever doesn't work because it's too hard, we have to use like a spike rod or whatever. So normally what happens is we kind of like squeeze it down, and it's tough. It's really hard to do just to get just a little bit off. That's it. Now, Jamie suggested that we just do, when we're doing that, we do like 6 or 7 at a time. He was like, that's his 2-second improvement. I was like, no, I can better that. I got this. So you like this? This is a pneumatically controlled dispenser. So there is, at the moment, there's a foot pedal down here. It's really late at night, that's why I'm wearing these. There's a foot pedal down here. It's an absolute mess, sorry. But when you squeeze this, you just press the floor pump for me, so I can just see it. Oh, so easy. Easy, effort-free, etc. Amazing. The next change we're going to bring is we're going to get a second one of those to do with the white paste, because at the moment the white paste is making a massive mess. Look at this, and it gets all over the light fittings, etc. So if we do that, not only does that thing dispense, but it also draws back. So that means it saves you all the mess. So it's great. Okay, my second improvement, new moulds. So these ones are currently printing at the moment. At the minute, whenever we need to do recessed lights that need to be powder coated, we have to tape manually by hand, and it takes ages. We call it 2-second improvement very loosely. Really what we're talking about is probably about a 10-minute improvement per light. No, seriously, it takes that long to tape them up. So I've got 12, we've got 12 that we need to do, so I figured, you know what, we'll just make 12 moulds, we'll do 12 silicone pours in one hit. So slightly modified a mould that we already make, so tomorrow I'll show you guys that. So another day, early in the morning at the moment. These are the moulds that came out, so that's 3D printed. At the minute I've just wax sprayed that. So I'm making silicone. So this is what's food grade silicone. We use food grade silicone because actually it cures better in the oven. It lasts better when subjected to oven temperatures, etc. The white is part A and the blue is the hardener, the B part. It's a 10:1 ratio. And yeah, so I just got to mix this up and pour it in. And okay, so it turns out there was a bit spare left over, which is always a nice surprise because we want to always make extra moulds anyway, because we try to do things in bigger batches, and the moulds are just like so easy to work with. They just save us so much time. So yeah, so we've got plenty poured in there. There's 12 there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for backs, and there's 4 for tops, for normal spot tops, etc. So yeah. So they take about 24 hours, maybe a little bit longer to cure. Once they're cured, we pull them out and we get to use them on the recess. So yeah, hopefully show you that in a bit. Okay, here's another 2-second improvement. So we got this lovely little Bosch handheld screwdriver, and we got a 2.5mm bit in it, or is it might be a 1.5mm bit. So I'll try and quickly show you what we're doing with it. So the grub screw, which is a dog end grub screw, goes on there on the end. So all we do, pop that in there, pop that there, pop that straight in. There we go, hits the torque mark, and that's it, it's in. That's nice and easy, and we were hand doing these before. Okay, this thing's been on my list for a little while, so I've taken the guard off, and you can see, I've said it a couple of times, but this plastic basically just keeps coming off out of here. So it comes out of this tube, but it kind of like bounces up and jumps around and stuff, and then lands here. So it creates all this mess, but it's also waste as well, because as it gets cleaned up, we'll try and pick up as much of this as we can and put it back in the hopper. But some ends up elsewhere and it gets swept up and binned. So, you know, I don't like waste, so let's get that sorted. We've had this little 3D printed circle on here since I think about Tuesday or Wednesday, and there is no plastic to be... Oh look, there's one granule plastic to be seen there, but that might have been you know, like being dropped from being put in there. Hopefully. But that, you know, like, it's not sitting perfectly. I was going to do a revision on it, but at the moment I'm probably just going to just leave it. Now it falls down the priority list because, well, it works. So we'll leave it as is for now. I'm happy with it. So yeah, that's another great 2-second improvement. Okay, I just wanted to show you how this lovely new powder coating unit saves time. So it used to take, sorry, no, that shot. It used to take around about half an hour to change out powder. And what we would do is we would clean out the booth completely because we recover powder from the booth. Now we aren't recovering powder in this setup. That's true. Although we could, there's nothing really stopping us from recovering powder. It's more. Depends on what you're doing, whether or not it's worth the time to do it or not. So yeah, so I basically cleaned off that. Just bring it down just a little bit, just in case you can't quite see what's going on there. It's kind of hard to tell the GoPro screen when it's not starting to drop or not. It shows it's not, but I think it is. Okay, get that powder out of the way. So that's out of the way, and then on the menu, all we really do is basically go, yeah, we're going to go to clean, and we literally, so I'll show you like this, so we literally now run the cleaning like that, and it cleans the gun. I'll stop that and step back a little bit. Now, to clean the wands, what you do is you basically press it on this. Now this is normally bolted to here. Annoyingly this morning, or yesterday actually, the airline for some reason went on this, so I've had to cut it shorter temporarily. They're sending us new airline which we'll have tomorrow. So at the moment I have to do this a little bit haphazardly manually. I'll again show you what that looks like. Okay, so take the wand, have to put clean on. And that cleans the inside of the wand down, and cleans the down the line as well. Now we could also spray out the gun, etc. Manually for like the last little bits. So just to kind of show you. Out. Oh, it's a bit tight. So the hose is pretty well clean, bar just literally just this little end. But I mean, we were told the technique about putting a bit of foam down there and then basically using the blow gun to blow it down there. Honestly, it's not going to contaminate our powder because where it is behind where that connection is anyway. It's not really a big deal. So basically that's us cleaned out. Right, there we go. Just literally just took me 10 seconds just to put the box back on and put the wand in that. And we're basically ready to go. Now, yes, the booth hasn't been cleaned out. How often we need to clean the booth kind of depends on the amount of powder in there. I'm thinking when we move, what we do is we take this green bar out, so it's just literally just the surface that this will come up to. I feel that it'll be easier to then sweep the powder, because we normally do sweep it before we vacuum it. So we sweep the big bits and then we vacuum the little bits, but we don't have to clean it all down properly. I'll show you one filter. There's a filter clean button which basically dumps all the powder off the filter, like that. So that kind of helps, it's like shaking the filter in some way. Normally if we brush down the filter and then do that again, you get a lot more powder coming off of it. You get the filter quite clean after you've done it a few times. So yeah, it is so much quicker, so much quicker. I definitely recommend these. This is a same as Kremlin InnoBox unit, and it's been really good. there's this bit here we never ever get clean, as you can imagine. This doesn't. Now it's just like amazing. Right, so I'm not looking for a perfect clean. Like that. Oh dear. Oh wow.
I hope you're thirsty.
This is a pretty skim job. Although I'm going to do the whole lot. See if I can get it going. There you go. Wow. All the aluminium fibres. I'm actually... Wow, look at that. That's quick. That is quick. Here we go. Oh.